Hi everyone, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I don't know how you are feeling these days. This is our first day in the Aquarius time, in the Aquarius era. How are you feeling? Well, Aquarius time. It's not exactly Aquarius time, but as I've been saying these weeks, we are just smelling the air with our nose outside the window. So we are kind of feeling it. So by the moment I am feeling that, because the air from the outside just made my hair look like a old lady from the 70s. This is Aquarius Aquarius air in my head. You can see it. So I want to share two things, basically related to what happened yesterday. So I want to share two things about yesterday. One is that I got my Instagram account again, and the second thing is about the channelings that happened yesterday and how it was. Before I explained what was happening, I just want to thank you all for yesterday, because I know that normally we are 3,000 people every day in the live streamings. So thank you for all of you who are doing this every day. But I know that there are so many people that do the alignments and they watch this in other times because of the job or whatever that you have to do. So thank you. But yesterday we were all together live streaming 12,000, more than 12,000 people at the same time. So thank you all for being yesterday connecting and holding this network all together, because we were so many working together. So thank you very much. So one of the things that they seem silly, but it's not really so silly, is about my Instagram account. So 2 or 3 months ago, I lost my Instagram account, my personal Instagram account, by the hands of a Turkish hacker. So this hacker took my account, and immediately I recognized that what happened was something it was not about losing the material or losing the followers. It was about, or losing the account. It was about a message that told me, you have to rethink who you are. You have to rethink how you show yourself to the world, because you were showing yourself in a way with a Matias that was not complete. So I needed to accept many other things of my own, of myself, in order to be able to share from a different perspective my own self. One of the things that happened to me was that I was really scared about the idea of being someone different, to transcend myself, because the idea of transcending myself for me was like, okay, will I become someone different and I will, like, I don't know, let behind the Matias that I know in myself? I don't want that. So I was just afraid of letting something from my own be behind, and so that's why I started to receive all these messages of, you have to die, you have to let yourself die, and I was really afraid about that. But I guess that we all have to face someday this idea of the conceptual idea of dying in order to become something more, to be something different. So we all have to go through this concept of death. It's important to leave this moment of letting go what you expect, because what I left in the day of the eclipse was the idea of myself, the idea that I projected in myself. That's the thing that I was being afraid of leaving behind. But when I allow myself to die in this concept, was it was like not to letting something aside, but it was like rebirthing in a new concept, like for myself again. And we have to experience that anytime in our lives. And for some people, you would live it in an ayahuasca ceremony, some other people in the pyramid, some other people in an accident, in a depression. So you will have to figure out your own way to live that perception of death, of your own death, of yourself dying. And from there, you can create again. So the main thing why I just wasn't allowing myself to recognize my entire power from within, and I was afraid to let in behind the other one. It was about this concept that we all are trying to activate again, which is the Christ, the concept of the Christ. The idea of the Christ comes from the idea of the Messiah. The Messiah, or Messiah, is the one that has been sent. So the Messiah is a concept, okay, that was related to someone that has been sent to do something, to save, to guide, or whatever. So this, in the Sanskrit, in the Asian traditions, we have the same concept as the avatar. Okay, the avatar is this concept of someone downloading itself from the divine into the matter, representing the divine into the matter. Okay, that's an avatar. And so we used to put avatar and Messiah, the Christ, all together. Like if they are only one concept, so one person. So throughout the story, the history, what we have done is to take this concept of the avatar and the Messiah or the Christ, and we put all the intention on them, because these avatars and messengers and messiahs, their message used to be, I am light, I am the life, I am the love, I am the path. So that's why the people from the outside that sees the reality from the duality, from the polarity, they usually think, oh, so he is the light, he is the path, he is the truth. So we polarize the concept of the I am. So we put it in someone. And that's the biggest mistake that we are doing every time. Even if there are messengers and messiahs and people that comes to make a mission, it doesn't mean that they are the avatars or the people that will lead all the things, the salvation. So this is why it's important not to think that we have to figure out who is the avatar or the Messiah or the Christ for the new era, for the new time. What we have to realize is that the avatar, the Messiah, the Christ, is just a concept related to yourself. Each one of us is now that Christ. And I think that today, with internet and dialectic, we can explain this better, to say that it's not I, Matias, I am the chosen, or whoever one. No, it's I am, is the concept I am. So each one of us is that avatar and that Messiah. So this time, in this new era, we should not wait for someone to save us, as we were waiting for 2,000 years and no one came. So the idea is that the I am is the concept, that each one of us is a way to which we can arrive to the core of the universe. So we should not wait for anyone to save us. We have to take our own responsibility to remember that each one of us is a path to the center of the divine. Each one of us is light. Each one of us is the life. Each one of us is the truth. This is why nobody comes and saves us, because the universe is not patriarchal. The universe is free. The universe says always, you have to choose your own path. So in the same way as we have to transcend the idea of I, me, in order to find the I am, we have also to transcend the idea of the Pisces era in order to be able to live in the Aquarius era. And this, what I said, doesn't take away the idea that there are people that comes with a special ability that have to do a task like a revolution in the future, like myself here explaining all this to you right now. I don't know, all these people that someone can call messiahs or avatars or whatever. Of course there are these kind of people, but the problem is when we take our own power to give the power to that person, to think that all the things must be done by that person. That's the moment when we lose our own power. Remember, we are entering in Aquarius time, so we are a network. Even if there are people opening paths, people bringing revolutions for the future, even that happening, the truth is that no one can do anything. No one can do a very big mission if each one of us don't take our own power to take the responsibility of accomplishing our own mission. So it's not about to wait a savior or a master or an avatar to say, oh, he will lead us. No, it's about to say, oh, there's the avatar. Let's see what he does. I will do what I have to do. Okay? This is a teamwork. So imagine, for example, myself here. I can be considered a master of the new time, for example. But if none of you is here, the 3,800 people that are here listening, if you are not here, I cannot do anything. It's useless what I do. There's nothing. Okay, so it's because of your power that I have this power. So, and why I get my power? Because I decide by myself that I have to be here. So that's my power. My inner power is to say, I am supposed to be here doing this. But the power is really expressed because your own power anchoring what I say. So this is why it's important to understand that in this new time, we should not expect for anyone to be the savior. Because even if there is a savior, will only be savior because of all the people that were saved. And that's your power. See? That's why it's so important, the concept of the I am. So the funny story started with me accepting this concept of the Christ. Have you heard this idea of accept the Christ within your heart? Well, it's not talking about Jesus. It's talking about the concept of the Christ. The concept of the Christ means that you have been blessed by the oil to become the king on the earth. This is the metaphysical concept of the alignment, okay? So to be the king on earth reminds us that we have to build our own law and our own power here and now. So the concept of receiving the Christ within is to remember that we have to be coherent in our own power. That's the Christic consciousness. This is why the responsibility that we have is to accept the crown of our own self, to be the king and the queens of our own power. So what happened, which is the story, is that 3 months ago, since 3 months ago, we have been trying to find people from Facebook helping me to get back my account, and they said last week, they said it's impossible, you will have to start again, all over again. And he said and someone said to us this week, well, you have to start from zero. So so my mom said, why don't you do it the 21st, because we need to post something from myself and from my own things, not from the I am, so we need to create a new one. So yes, okay, but I didn't really care about that, and suddenly when we finish all this and I accepted this energy of the kind of the resurrection of this energy within me, suddenly when we finished the alignment, I just received the message of Instagram sending a message to the hacker in Turkish, saying you have been changing your account, so you made a mistake in the password, so do you want to change it again? So I said okay, so I changed it, and I got inside of the Instagram, and I started to change everything from inside the Instagram of the hacker, which was my Instagram, and I hacked the hacker with my own Instagram. So it was so funny, because it's not about taking back the Instagram, it was about how precise that in the moment that I just took back my own power as my new self, the symbolism of taking back my Instagram was so amazing. Was so amazing, and the people, we wrote to the people in Facebook, and the people, the one that was trying to help us was like, what? How is possible? So I guess from the heart I hacked the hacker, and yeah. So what was funny about all this is that 2,000 years ago, the miracles were to make wine into water, water into wine, and and today we are starting Aquarius time. So maybe Aquarius time, the first miracle is to hack an Instagram account from the heart. So maybe you have to also try to make those miracles through the Aquarius time in your own technology. So about the alignment yesterday, all the beings that came, they were the Christic energy. So it doesn't matter the names. What matters is the Christic energy that was aligned. And they spoke about the code 12, because the 12 is the base of the expansion of all this consciousness. So 12 multiplied by 12 is 144. So 144 in time and space, present, past, future, blah, blah, blah. The Trinity is 000, to put all in zero. So 144,000 is a code. It's not people. It's not 144,000 people. It's 144,000 in vibration. Okay? So I will explain more about the 144,000, what it really means. I explained it many times, but I promise I will keep explaining this because it's important. Okay, so don't worry, I will explain about it. So all of this, it was about the I am, and it was connected to the idea to prepare ourselves for that alignment. The code 144,000 is speaking about the reset of time and space. Okay, 000 after 144 is a code that says that we have to go back all from the beginning. That's why yesterday the Jupiter, Saturn, Sun, Moon, everyone was in degree 0. Okay, so 000 is the restart of everything. And the 144 is the code that we need to use in order to get the balance and the coherence. But I will explain this in another video, because otherwise we will be long time here. So don't worry, I will explain about this. So another message that they said to prepare ourselves in order to be balanced in the 144 is related to the 3 nights. The 3 nights is not about saying that the sun will be covered for 3 nights and we are not going to be able to see it, anything. It's about it's about a concept of the night, which is the night of the body, the night of the soul, and the night of the spirit, which are the 3 zeros from 144,000. Okay, so these 3 zeros mean that we have to go through the night of these 3 bodies in order to find the balance. So, for example, we are living right now the night of the body, because the world is living this pandemic, with thinking that we are living this darkness of everyone can die and the virus can kill us. So everyone is so suggested, but that that we are kind of living a physical night. Okay, so maybe next year we will start to live the soul night, okay, from yourself, and then maybe in the latest part of this year, of the next year, we will be living the spirit night. So we have a lot of work to do. So the reason why I disappeared during the alignment yesterday, it was because I was the being that was inside of me was living, and I was feeling so fine, but I was all with the wire to the computer and everything. So when I just fell down, I pulled all the cables, so the camera came to me, the the computer shut up, closed and fell down. So the session went away. So it was all a mess. So that's why. I disappeared. Yesterday, when she went away and she started to walk and she left outside to scream, to celebrate. She started to sing. I don't know if you know it, but she started to sing the first sentences of the national anthem of Argentina, and the reason why she started to use that sentence is because it's speaking from the other dimensions into the mortal reality, that we have to remember that the most important shouting, the most holy shouting for us is our song of freedom. So it repeats 3 times, freedom, 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 which is the freedom of the body, the freedom of the soul, and the freedom of the spirit. So the freedom of the 3 levels. And the reason why it came like this is because, of course, I am Argentinian, so I have that words in my head. And I consider that this anthem is not really only for Argentina, it's something for everyone, because it was made for the free people from the world. So yesterday, when she was about to leave, there was no better closure for this opening of the new time than laughter, because laughing is the best way to receive this new time. And that's why she said the coronation of this new humanity should be laughter. So that was her gift. And speaking about coronation, today we begin with the crown chakra of the world, which is Antarctica. The Antarctic continent is the crown of this world. It's the crown chakra and the physical crown of this world. Because we are working in the axis of the world, that's why we are aligned with this crown, which is Antarctica. We are beginning today our physical week of Sagittarius, and that's why we are going to travel through the chakras of the world. One of the things that we have to remember from this is that in this new time of Aquarius, what we are doing is for Earth. So there is no crown for any man or any woman in this time. The only crown possible is for Earth. And that crown is Antarctica. So in order to be coronated for this new time, we have to remember that this crown is for all of us. This is the crown of the world, and we are Earth. So today we are going to align ourselves with the Antarctic continent. I invite you to read the blog for today. The blog for today that I wrote a lot about the Antarctic experiences. Remember, the blog is yosoy.red. Yo soy, it's I am in Spanish, and red, like the color, means network. Today we begin with a new vibration, which is Tha. The statement for today is, I am the celestial spirit. The code for today is the color violet. Among the highest light wavelength that we can perceive, the perception of violet color relates with the spiritual plane, with consciousness with the highest wisdom of a living being. For this, the light of violet flame is a reference of the spiritual transmutation, reconnection with the divine, therefore a bridge that activates the crown chakra. So we are still in Sagittarius, so we are traveling through the nature, and that's why we are going to be anyway connecting with the animals. Even if we are in Antarctica, the sounds of the animals are to connect us with that kingdom. Sit comfortable, take deep breathings. Concentrate. Take a deep breath. Focus on the breathing. Feeling the air coming in and the air coming out. Touching the skin, moving the air around me. As I breathe, I feel how the air is absorbed by my entire body, and exhale by all the skin. I become aware that this air goes through me. This air goes through the water in me. This air nourishes my bones and muscles. This air enlightens and sets free the fire of my soul. I perceive how this inner fire creates energy. All the energy in my body irradiates light, so I am light in every atom by the friction of every particle, creating energy, irradiating from me. I recognize here and now in the matter that I am light, that I am a celestial being. And I recognize that the life within each one of my cells is light. That the memory and the history of each one of these cells is light. So I recognize that I am from the animal kingdom. So the animal kingdom is light. The animal kingdom is celestial. And through me and my actions, I get all of them together, helping them to remember that they all are life. So they are light. that all of them are celestial beings living a physical experience. I recognize now that there is no a self, a being in the physical realms, and the higher self in higher realms, in a different dimension. I recognize now that this higher being, the celestial one, is experiencing itself in the physical one, that all that exists is only the I am, which is the celestial, living and expressing in the physical. I recognize that there is no a celestial kingdom, for the celestial reality is the light that shines within me. This is my access. It is here where I find the coherence of all those who I am. Take a deep breath, and as you expand, observe all the light. Observe the light in each being alive. Observe the celestial reality in each one of these living beings in this matter. Remember that the only way you can see the celestial realm is by watching very deep into the existence. I see the light in matter. I see. And I expand right now, expanding outside this planet towards the space, watching to the earth as it becomes a sphere of light, a celestial sphere of light. This is the celestial sphere, the earth that I am. I take the world with my hands softly and I bring it to my crown. Position it there to remind me the power that I have. This is how you become coronated by the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, by its attributes on you: vibration, energy, and matter, will, wisdom, and love. I receive the attributes of my crown. And I can feel the power of coherence descending through me as a fresh Antarctic wind. I allow myself to perceive the cold of neutrality surrounding me. And I perceive in my coronation the great and infinite white horizon. I can breathe the ozone that makes me smile, perceiving how it nourishes each cell of my body. I can perceive the glaciers, the highest mountains covered with ice, the Transantarctic mountains, the fjords of the Antarctic Peninsula, the frozen seas. I can feel the freedom of all the thoughts. There are no humans. There is no charge of emotional or the mind. Only the fresh and cold air, the water on the ice. All that exists there is the freedom of the spirit living in the matter. I am the Antarctic. I am the celestial spirit. I am the celestial spirit. I am the celestial spirit. I am the king and the queen of the world. I am the crown of this new earth. I am the fresh air, the memory, storage in the ice. I am neutrality made cold, for there is no thoughts, emotions in here. There is only the void, the freedom. Of the mind, the soul, and the body. I take my hands to my heart and start to spread all around my body the consciousness of Antarctica, recognizing that this is the freedom of your spirit. The neutrality is in the eyes. I recognize I am connected to the white continent. I am Antarctica. And each one at its own time, come back here and now, opening your eyes. Thank you everybody for being there. See you tomorrow at the same time. Rest. Bye.